Look, it's running through my mind. It happens every time. You want a paper chase? I'm on a paper grind. Trying to get to the shine. Cause I ain't going outside. I'm rolling down 5, just trying to get to the bag. I get it from coast to coast. Come on, let's have a toast. To the baddest bitch, no joke. Do whatever that floats your boat. You know how that shit go. Now we flexing, straight up flexing, putting on the show. Like how I do it when I do it, got him wanting more. And he do it so good when he go down low. Something about the way I drop it down to the flow. He pick it up, beat it up, put it down for show. I'm on the road once again, yeah, you know it's on. Gotta get to my paper, then I bring it home. I'm talking cash flow. I'm tired of these niggas with the lame excuses. I'ma get my own bag, make them useless. I hear you talking that shit, give them deuces. When the test come through.
What's up, y'all? We want to thank y'all for tuning in for another great episode of
The Beatbox.
We have an exclusive interview today with Mr. Brilliance Hall.
Yes, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to the hot seat.
And so, nothing much. We're glad to be here.
Yes.
So, if you didn't know, I'm Kay.
I'm Shell.
And I'm Mo. All right, and so we're going to get ready to just jump right on into this show. And while we do that, we want y'all to pull up, spark up, and join us for this exclusive intervw. All right. All right. Well, y'all know I'm the safety bottle popper. So, bow. One for everybody. All right. Get it from afar. All right. So, while we opening up this bottle, Brilliance, let's just go ahead and get into it. How did you get the name Brilliance?
Whoa. Okay. Well,
Your parents must have knew you was gonna be something, huh?
Right.
I'm not responsible for that. So.
Have you ever heard the story? How you doing?
Well, I'm pretty intelligent, so I think that's what you gotta fit your name. I'm pretty sure everybody here fits their name.
Yeah.
Understood. I love that.
Reality, right?
Yeah. It's different too. I was like,
So did you receive any backlash from it growing up?
Never.
No? Okay. You know how kids can be mean.
yeah, but honestly,
be
it's
so
just it's actually a great name. I've heard worse,
Yeah.
Some parents are very creative out here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
at least it's fitting. I love
Definitely
that.
appreciate it.
All right, so tell us about your childhood. Like, how did you grow up? Where did you grow up? And did your childhood actually affect, your decision to want to become an actor, a writer, and a director?
Well, I didn't have any dream of being. Okay.
I told y'all.
You did good.
Yeah.
Pass the bottle, Papa.
Definitely. Yeah, I didn't even have a dream of being active. It wasn't a dream. It was more so as I got older and I took a liking to it. And one day I just pretty much just went for it. Like went to an audition, got the lead role, and from there on out it was just my thing,
So since it's not something that you planned, most people have, most kids, they have something they want to do. When they grow up, when I grew up, I want to be such and such.
I wanted to be an astronaut.
Oh, that's way different than what you're doing.
So you just switching it up all the way around. You didn't have anything that was regular. No regular fellas were on the list at all.
So at what point in your life did you go from astronaut to actor?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge leap.
Yeah.
I think I stopped wanting to be an astronaut when I got on a roller coaster.
That's what made me think about it.
Yeah.
What roller coaster was this? Was that the
And I ain't been on a roller coaster
It was
since
the
then.
Grizzly at That's only rough.
It was
Yeah, that was one of the scariest roller coasters.
It was that one that King to Me, and I forgot what it was called.
Was it?
You got the ride.
They had the Superman, the Joker's Jinx. That one took me out.
That's 6 Flags, right?
Yeah.
We got to watch it together. It's been that long.
I know.
Yeah, so heights, just kick there. It was like, I don't like heights. So.
I can agree with that one.
So just an astronaut, nothing else? Because I know I had a few things growing up. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a cop at one point. And that all died.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Were you around that? Like any
No.
cops and lawyers?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. So
Not
that
at
was
all.
definitely
But
different.
my favorite show used to, always has been Law and Order.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like the thing, like, I'm either going to be a cop or a lawyer, but I loved Law and Order growing up.
It was a point in time where I couldn't go to sleep without watching Law and Order.
See?
Because it always had to be playing while I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, nah, for real though. Did they be playing like
And they played all day.
Okay.
NYPD?
No, I didn't
Back
watch
in the
that
day?
one.
I do remember.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was called New York Undercover.
Okay, yeah.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
I didn't know Young Undercover.
That too.
Shit, it's coming back on Fridays, y'all.
Them theme songs. It's coming back on too. I
Yes,
think. Yep.
on Fridays.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite genre of music? I mean, movies when you were younger or growing up?
All superhero movies. Anything
yes.
superhero would be my favorite genre of action movie, of course. So that's what I took a liking to. That's what really ultimately made me want to become an actor. Just those type movies.
Would you want to play a superhero?
A superhero role? I don't think they tell it to us.
So if you could play one, which one would you want to
Okay.
There's like one black superhero with locks, and his name is Bishop.
roll? Okay.
He's one of the X-Men, but you know,
Really?
yeah.
You know they get creative these days though
Yeah, you
with
can just
makeup
add
and
a
stuff. You
character.
don't.
I know, right?
You could be
Oh,
anything. Bishop's brother.
I would look.
No, for real.
I've been looking. Trust me. I did my research.
Yes. I know that's right.
I
Yeah.
did my research.
Yeah. So, would you do your own stunts?
Yeah.
You would?
Definitely. At this age, yeah, I would. I would
People are
definitely
dying
For real?
nowadays doing
I
their own
know. I
stunts.
was thinking the same thing, like for real.
Yeah.
Now I don't know how old you are, but at this age, I'm not ready to do no stunts.
Yeah, I think it might be past for me too, y'all.
I feel like an old
trying to
lady
break
once
no
I get off the
bones.
treadmill. I
I
know
feel
I'm
like I'm
not
in my prime at other times. I'm not so sure, y'all.
So you must be still feeling young.
Yeah, I'm feeling young. How old I look?
Ooh, I hate people asking
here
that
we
question.
go.
I think I would give you a good, like, 33, 34-ish.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's young.
Really? Nah, I wouldn't
Okay.
go past that.
I wouldn't either.
So would you
I wouldn't go
mind
past
sharing?
35.
I'm sure
There you
people
go.
are.
Okay.
You got
For
it.
age?
I don't know.
What was it? What you got?
35.
I might be
35?
32 and I
Oh,
feel like a
I
grandma.
wasn't that far off.
Yeah, you sounding like he's 40 something.
Right.
I had
This
to
year
look
I
like.
be over that hump. Yeah, I will be.
What's the hump?
I thought the hump was
Yeah.
50. That's the
No,
over the
no,
hill.
the-
The
the-
hump.
That's the hill.
That's the
Okay.
hill. No, that's the hill.
So what are some trials you feel like you faced getting into acting?
Being the norm. That's not the norm to see my type in a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows. So that's the hurdle I face going in. So what I did was to combat that, was started doing movies and hiring people like me to change the narrative.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my ultimate goal, to change the narrative of how they perceive us in Hollywood.
Okay.
So
Because I definitely think they should, or I know that they should definitely give more African Americans roles, better roles. Honestly,
roles,
I'm
yep.
tired of seeing all of the women just playing the angry black woman or the
Absolutely.
side woman, you know,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
or the man being gay. Like, can we get a different narrative?
Yeah,
I agree.
that's always. I
If
hate
he
that.
black, he gotta be.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
cheating on his wife or gay. And
Yes.
it's,
That is so fact.
Yes.
That's the fact.
Yeah.
it needs to change.
Look at y'all creating TV shows right here.
Yes, that's
Hello?
the fact.
So do you like reading?
Actually, I don't.
Oh, okay. What about like audibles?
I haven't tried.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering
haven't
too,
either.
like, would you ever be interested in, like, turning one of your movies or your writing experiences pretty much into a book versus, you know, actually on film?
My very first movie I've ever done was in like 2012, and that was a book. But it wasn't my movie. It was somebody else portraying their own book.
What was the
So,
book?
It was called Ravens Cravens.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
so that's what we were about to get into.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a book.
Me either.
Okay, I didn't either. Okay, so when
I thought it
I
was
saw
just
the title, I was thinking like that sounds very familiar, but I didn't go investigate to see whether it was a book or not. I
Yeah.
probably should have, but it did stick out to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, wow.
Well, I didn't know what it was until I was casted for it, because I definitely didn't read the book, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was it shooting this movie with Judy from Beggars?
It was crazy. It was fun and crazy. It was exciting.
Yeah.
She's a character.
She seems like it. She seems like all of
Like energy.
Everything.
Yeah.
She's
everything.
a real character. It's my homie, but she's definitely a character. Yeah, after I did that movie role, it was just off to the races from there. And that's just
Once you
took a
get your
liking
feet
to it.
wet.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just got the taste for it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
So how old were you actually when you did start officially like auditioning, or like when you decided, okay, so acting is what I want to do. I'm gonna go to this audition. Like how old were you actually when you got to that point?
25, 26.
Okay, that's pretty good. But you know they say like sometimes with certain like industries and things that we try to get into, you'll be surprised how long people may have been like working and doing stuff in the
Right.
backgrounds before they actually got their big break and their big opportunity that pretty much helped put them where they're gonna be. So that's good though. You actually.
It is. And I always thought you had to start at a very young age. Like you had to be a child star in order to, maneuver. And
Some of our most popular actors or, famous actors and actresses, they started like our age.
later in their like Taraji.
Yeah.
Well, to touch on that a bit is acting is one of those things where there's no age limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rapping, because I used to rap, so I knew there was an age limit on rapping.
Oh, we gonna have to touch on that. Yes. Don't worry, we coming back to acting.
Okay, we put that on the side now.
Okay. In my past life, I used to rap. But acting is one of those things, like I said, there's no age limit, so I gravitated towards that because I can be more lax and not rushed than when I'm doing my craft,
Absolutely.
pretty much. So you can be 99 and still acting.
Yeah, that's
If they
true.
want an old person that can't get up and walk, man, they got a role for you.
So just sit in the chair, do your
Exactly.
thing, get your money.
Exactly.
So the reason why I asked you about the audibles is because, a lot of people are putting their their books or movies in audibles or podcasts.
Podcasts.
So I'm part of the Amazon Audible little book club or whatever.
Yep.
And I literally just listen to urban novels all day long, just different things. So that's why I was asking.
Well,
I've never heard of Raven's Craven, so I'm going to have to add that to my list.
Well, see, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I just haven't touched on the Audible books yet. Like, some of my friends, family, they read books and be in the kitchen and listening to the books and stuff like that.
That's me.
I prefer to
Amazon.
sit down and turn the
You
page.
know what I mean?
See, I have
It's a different
kids,
escape
so
for
it's
me.
like
Yeah.
it's hard for me to sit down and just read sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just listen to it. It's just easier that way. But they have podcasts too, and the
Yeah.
podcast. When I first listened to it, I thought it was going to be like a situation like this.
Right.
But the podcast is literally like I feel like I'm listening to a movie.
Okay.
So that was different. And I just listened to one by Zayn called Purple Panties.
Oh yes,
And-
they always kept it
Classic.
coming.
I would recommend listening to it. Maybe something you may be interested in doing with, a project. But it's very different. It had music. I really felt like I was in like a coffee shop they were in. Like they gave that whole vibe
Wow.
on this podcast.
So they paint the pictures as you're listening.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I really
Check
feel like
it
I
out.
was listening to like a whole movie happening around me, and I'm like in the kitchen cooking. And I'm like, ooh, ooh.
Okay, I think that's
But
right.
it's like real, and they tell you who the voices are, and the music is by, and it's really really dope. So just something you may be interested in.
Definitely take a look into that.
Yeah.
Look into that.
So
Sure.
what was like the most pivotal moment in your career? Would you say?
Oh, honestly, the pivotal moment was, I would say, actually being on TV. Like just that whole process of learning and being on TV and seeing everything that goes on behind the scenes. That really gave me the drive to keep doing what I'm doing. So that was, I want to say, it started like 2015, 2016, where I got that real drive to keep doing what I'm doing. And from there, I would just, that's the pivotal point that I use as where I'm at today. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So what is it like? A lot of people don't know what it's like acting. Like, you get to be somebody else for a little bit. Like, Megan said, switch your wig up. So how's it feel to switch your wig up?
Well, it's not hard to do. If you passionate about it, it's like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like that. So you can be one person in 1 second, the next minute you back to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the great thing of acting. Like to be able to tell, like, oh, this is your personality. I can tell that this is you, and I can tell that the person you're portraying ain't you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you have that down, and if you can separate the two, you're an actor.
So how is it that you separate it? How is it that you don't go home with whatever the baggage that your character carried?
Well, for one, I can snap out of it and go back into it.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
just like that.
I like the accents, man.
Yeah, it's just playing a role, becoming that role, and it's not really hard. Like I don't take work home, so it's like, it's easy, it's simple. So you have to actually be in it and know the entertainment industry to be like, okay, I know that this person, how this person would think, this character would think. I know how this person would walk, talk. So you become that.
Okay.
It's not natural to become that because you're going to just be walking and talking like your regular self every day. So it's to separate the two. It's very easy. You know,
So you've had your feet wet in the game for a while.
Yes.
So, you know, you had quite a few movies, and now you have your own coming out.
Yes, I do.
So what would you say would be one of maybe your favorite things about acting?
Let's see. There's a few, but if I had to pick one, is it's kind of hard because
Maybe you can get top 5.
top 5. Oh, that's the easy part.
Give you a little wiggle room.
That's the easy part. Well, just to bring something to life. You like if you see a vision, like bringing somebody else's vision or your vision to life, that right there is enough. Like
Okay.
to see the support that you get from people, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. Like
Trust the process.
yeah.
Yes.
Just got a quick question. Y'all ever did any acting?
No.
In a play.
Well, yeah,
Hey.
maybe a play
Yeah, I
or
was in a
something
few
like when I
plays.
was younger.
So when you was in that play, how did you feel in that play? Like, did you grasp to that character, or did you feel like you was more yourself in that character?
No, I was definitely into the character. You want to know what I played?
Yeah.
So, 8th grade, we did The Wizard of Oz. And I played a little munchkin.
I was going to say Dorothy.
No, Janelle took that role. But I played a cute little munchkin. And I was so, like, goofy back then, so it worked out. But I had fun. I had a great time.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
I was not expecting the munchkin.
And y'all know I'm all short, so it was so fitting. It was so fitting.
I'm sorry, that was unexpected, but
Yeah. I haven't really. I mean, I think I've done like a few little plays like church and stuff when I was younger, but nothing really as an adult. But I think acting is something. I mean, I would like to try though. I think I'm capable.
I would be terrified.
Depending on, like,
I ain't
the
gonna lie.
role.
I have terrible stage fright.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
See, so do I, but like me and my siblings used to write plays when we was young, and we used to act them out for our parents. And they gave us like standing ovations every single time.
So
So,
for me,
I knew where it was going. I was say, why
so
am
they
I
made us feel like we could do it
so how do y'all know that's not y'all dream or something y'all be interested in?
because I have stage fright.
Yeah.
I had it too.
I got a tiny bit of pipe, and I won't even sing for this bit of.
No, for real. She ain't like
Yeah, when I was in 6th
waste
grade.
of talent.
Was it 6th grade? I think it was 6th grade. I had to do a poem, and I stood on stage, and I remember my dad standing in the back, and I'm saying the poem, and I forgot all the words.
Oh.
But I had rehearsed it over and over and over, and I'm looking at him like, please tell me.
Like
What am I
mumbling.
supposed to say next? And he's like, and I'm like, I can't read.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna walk off at this point. So
Well, I to touch on that a bit. I don't get embarrassed.
Okay.
Okay.
You ever met anybody who don't get embarrassed?
That used to be me. Now in my older age, I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing that can embarrass me. I can literally just be. It could be anything. I don't
you
get
comfortable who
embarrassed.
you are.
Yeah.
Exactly. So can nobody tell me about myself?
Yeah.
Because I know myself. Like I'm gonna see you for 2.5 seconds and then I'm gone. Your opinion don't matter. You know.
Very
I like
true.
that.
Your opinion don't matter. I'm asleep. You home. Your opinion don't matter.
Yeah.
You know. So
Your life still goes.
that,
Yeah, that makes sense though. 'Cause I think that
does,
can like
yeah.
really, if you think about that one factor, quite often like it'll pretty much shut down everything that made those
Exactly.
feelings of anxiety or whatever.
Yep.
Like when you
Yeah.
are
Yep.
in those moments. So I like that.
Yep.
So you never
that-
get nervous before a role?
Nervous and embarrassed is
Yeah, it's a little
way
different.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nervous I do because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist.
Okay.
We all are.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a level of, do you know what you're doing? Is this the best that you're going to put out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that makes me nervous because I might not I feel like I'm giving my all, but I'm not giving enough for people to appreciate.
Okay. Is there any role that you wouldn't play?
Oof. Yes.
Such as.
Since I don't get embarrassed, I will play any role, but it has to make sense. Like there's different roles out here that don't make sense. Like, of course, you know, we're leaning towards place where, like power and the gay and that type stuff. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that that's the new norm now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they look for people now in Hollywood that is more flexible with that type
Willing
stuff.
to do, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I'm not saying that I would. But if it's the right opportunity, half the people you've seen kissing other dudes and women kissing women, they not gay.
Yeah,
they're not.
That's true.
They're not gay.
Yeah.
They saw them dollar signs, was like, hey, look, who I got kissed?
I think
Money-
it's completely different
Money
between
talks.
like gay
Right.
for pay and then acting.
Gay for pay.
You know what? That's
That is very true. I just watched this show and he said that.
That's going on the shirt.
Have you ever heard of the show Sisters
Yeah.
from on
Yeah.
BET?
Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's funny because one of the situations that happened, he brought somebody home from the club, and he was like, "Oh, I'm only gay for pay. Like I'm not. That's just not something I normally do." And I was like, "Wow, do people do that?"
Yeah, girl.
What? Oh, no.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question though. So like you've actually been a part of like the Broken Trust, The Light Between Us,
Yes.
Vengeance is Mine, a few really great roles. So which role do you feel like that you've played thus far that you feel like is most like you or like most fitting to your real life or your personality or
Well, I'm going to start by saying I only just begun. So, what I've done before, it's going to be nothing compared with what comes next.
Okay.
absolutely.
So, if I had to pick one, there's none because, like I say, those are characters. So those people aren't me. I play killers. I play, people who abuse people type stuff. That ain't me. That's just the character I'm portraying. So, I definitely don't like any of those characters, but I play those characters, So, I want to say the character that I'm playing in my very first movie, Affliction,
Period.
would be that one because that's me inside that movie.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Even worse.
When did you begin writing and directing?
Ooh, 2020, COVID.
Okay.
I know that's right.
COVID.
Okay.
So I actually Googled you.
Okay.
And I wanted to see what you were doing, but I noticed that you starred in movies. So they had like a lineup of movies that you were in.
Yes.
And then it was just saying like, starred in these roles, and then it said directed, wrote, and played in Affliction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's really big. Like you went from
Yeah,
just
you
starring in
really-
these roles, and
to
now
writing and
at the end of it, it's like, oh, he's directing and writing. So I
Yep,
thought that was
and
pretty cool.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
And he his own shit.
You got some respect on your name on Google.
Yeah,
Okay,
some respect on my name,
absolutely.
Google.
Period.
You get 3 times the paycheck?
I heard paycheck.
Yeah. Do you get 3 or 4 times the paycheck?
Of course.
I just wanted to know.
You heard me ask about those things.
We sitting here now, we getting paid. I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, for real. That's right.
I know that's
No,
right.
but that is a blessing because I get to see the lens on both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So not a lot of people are able to see that. A lot of people want to be in front of the camera. I love to be in front of the camera, but I also love to be behind the camera as well.
So is it hard to separate the two?
Yes, because now every movie I see, I'm got my director's eye on. Like,
Yep.
see that? Why this person falling in the woods every time? You know?
Get the white people up.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so what's your preference? Acting, writing, or directing?
I'm always love acting. That's never going to stop. Directing, to get people to see a vision, that will be a much greater love of mine to be able to help further people's craft. So my ultimate goal is to, in this area, is to make it Hollywood out here. That's my ultimate goal.
It needs to be. There's so many talented people in this area.
So, like, what are
Exactly.
your plans to kind of push that agenda, though, as far as, trying to help Hollywood to look more like us?
Well, my plan is to keep creating content, get the right people in the actual movies, keep working with the same people, because the more familiar faces you work with, the more that you pile onto the resume, and people get noticed. The best thing to do is to work with people in the area, from this area, because it's a lot of people that, like, if you go to Atlanta, everybody in Atlanta is working together.
Absolutely.
Everybody in California is working together.
And I feel like that's what we lack here.
That's exactly what we lack here.
You know why we lack that?
Absolutely.
Because
It's the competition here.
they think it's a competition, but see the thing is, people have a hard time in this area of celebrating you. They have a hard time in this area to where they have a hard time seeing you go places.
Absolutely.
So,
But why do you think jealousy is such a big, and this is off topic, but why do you think jealousy is such a big part of the DMV's DNA?
Or is it generational?
No, I don't think it's generational. I think it's the DNA.
It could be, because back in the day, things were different.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
I do, because the community I lived in, like, yes, it was predominantly my family, like, literally my mama's side of the family, but of course, it was other families, and it was literally go across the hall and see if we can get some flour.
Yeah.
Go up the street, see if somebody got some eggs and some da-da-da. I'm about to make a cake. Shit, everybody
Even
outside.
walking to
eating it.
school,
Like,
you walk with your neighborhood friends.
Exactly.
And their
Like a group
parents
of
are like,
us.
I see y'all, go ahead.
yeah, so my mama came outside, and my face was ashy. She put Vaseline. She greased us all up at the bus stop.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We all went to school looking greasy as hell, but
Okay.
it was just it was community oriented, and
That
it's just
whole-
not that way anymore.
It
Like,
takes
people
a
barely know
village.
their neighbors.
We don't live off it takes a village anymore.
No.
Yes.
And
That's it.
yeah,
That is
that's not today's realization anymore,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Because you really can't.
'Cause back in the day, you couldn't do shit. Like your neighbor could beat you and bring you home to your mom. And
Oh, I got
what
you.
she
Right.
did.
I got you.
And
Exactly.
it was all good.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you better not put your hand on nobody's kid. Like
Exactly.
you just better not do
I'm not gonna lie, you better not put your hand on my kid. But maybe generational. Because this generation, I better be the one you talk to before you put your hand on my kid.
Yeah. So
So
that's
even
what
if they ain't like
but-
beat your kid, they tighten them up. Like, then you know your mama wouldn't appreciate
that's
you.
good. That's
da-da-da-da-da. Now take
Yeah.
yourself in the house and go tell her what I said. Like,
No.
that was the old folk that
That's
I
true.
dealt with.
You heard her mom,
Okay.
Miss Mary told me to tell you.
That I was outside cussing. Oh, you was outside cussing? Like, that's how it went. So I would like it. I would love for it to go back to that.
Well, people
How
just have a
can
hard
we?
time of accepting because they're in the same area as you, and they see you doing good, but they still in the same place.
Facts.
So they have a hard time accepting that. So that creates jealousy. That thing alone, that feeling alone, that creates jealousy of people just want to go. People just want to envy you, but don't know how to tell you. People will hate you before they congratulate you every time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so is it more so of a communication issue? Are we afraid to communicate now? Are we afraid to talk to one another? We afraid to smile at one
We
another?
are scared
Yeah.
to trust other people.
Yeah, I think
feel
But see,
like-
trusting has nothing to do with having a conversation.
No, it is a trust thing. 'Cause
I-
I think a lot of
absolutely
people are
it
so
does.
afraid of being
It is.
backdoored or
Scams.
scammed, or the next person just like, moving past them. So having to admit that, okay, I love the space that you're in for yourself. Like, I would love to work towards that. Like, people never want to have to put their pride down and to say
Yeah.
you're doing better than me, or you're doing something that I'm interested in
people
doing.
that
How did
pride.
you do? How did you go about it? What advice would you give me to get to? Nobody wants to ever put their pride aside to be able to admit those things. So it becomes like the whole trust thing. Like, okay, well, I'd rather backdoor them than say, yeah, then you're doing
But
great.
my whole thing is
Yeah.
you back
You know,
home and then you
like-
only get a small percentage of what you think that you're taking
Exactly,
from them. This
exactly.
isn't better than their mind. This is their mind frame. So it just don't make sense to me.
Well, I learned that the people that I've put on in this acting game, they don't ever come back to me and congratulate me or give me the kudos for helping them in their journey. I don't expect that. But if you don't have enough to acknowledge where you're coming from, you're never going to make it.
Or who helped you get to where
Exactly.
you are.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
from just piggyback on what you said, bringing people along. How do you feel like you could mentor someone who's afraid? So like we all just sat here and said, well, not all of us, but
Yeah.
we sat here and said we're scared. We can't. I can't do acting, but you may see something in them like I can see a role for you.
I see something in
How
all
could you
three of you
mentor them?
guys. All-
Really?
Yeah, because look at where we're at.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? So you already got it in you. You just haven't
Tapped into.
tapped into that. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna tap into myself
I know that I'm
as
like.
soon as I get in the shower.
oh Lord.
When nobody else is going to hear you. Okay, so
Right.
you know it's back there,
I
y'all.
sing in my house very often. I can sing to my son.
No, you can sing. Period. You just don't.
Well, maybe we put Jackson in the forefront
Well, we got
The vocals will flap.
we got some dancing, singing movies coming up. So
Okay.
there you go.
Don't do that when you audition.
No.
So let me ask us, when it comes to Affliction, Love Collision, the movie is going to be premiering in Landmark Theaters on February 22nd.
Yep.
What was the creative and the writing and the creative process like for that movie? Like,
I've always had this idea in my head to where, let's give you a brief scenario on the movie, that you be with somebody relationship-wise and something happens and you don't get the opportunity to tell that person that, you know, something important before they die or before something happens. And that concept kind of plays out in Affliction. So I had that's always stuck with me, to get it out of my head and put it on screen. It's one of those things that it's a relief. It's my diary type thing. So you guys are going to be able to see my diary played out in real life.
I'm excited to see it.
That's different.
Because
that's very different.
it's something I've lived through.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see someone else's point of view of that.
It touches on a lot. Like, that movie it's close to home, and the people in the audience who are going to be viewing this, it's going to touch them in a way to be like, damn, this was just me like 2 days ago type thing. You
I
know
love
what I
how
mean?
passionate you are.
yeah,
I can tell you wrote it.
I'm feeling the energy.
It's amazing. Yes.
absolutely.
Excited.
Yes.
And I hope you guys are available to be there, because you guys are in there if you are. You know what I mean?
I'll be there.
Tuesday.
I've never been to a movie premiere before.
Me either.
Okay. Well, you're halfway there. You got the red on, so you have red carpet from there. There you go. You're halfway
You
there.
have to find me another red.
Yeah, definitely. Affliction is just that word. So Affliction is my very first movie that I did. So this is a little secret to you guys, maybe like the second person, people to hear this. So in my directing debut, what I'm going to do, my movies myself, is I'm going to do all my movies in alphabetical order.
Okay.
So I'm doing 26 movies in alphabetical order.
Modern day Spike
Period.
Lee.
Okay. Period. I think that's right.
For every letter of the alphabet will be a movie.
Okay.
So that'll be my first catalog, from A to Z.
I can't wait to see what B's about to
I
sound.
know, right?
We already got A
I love
coming out.
that gives
I know
us,
B gonna come with some more
that
fire
gives
too.
us a lot to look forward
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You know, just as a whole, I like that.
Yep, appreciate
We
that.
have to make sure we save this clip. So when B come out, we're like, he know we told us.
Okay.
We talked about that. We discussed this here.
That was
Yes.
we knew first.
You have to
Here
get
at the
back and
Beatbox.
keep us updated on the alphabet. Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
To see what's going on, what's new.
So what would you say influences your writing the most? Like everybody has like that one thing that's like, you know, like a totem basically.
I have to be in a creative place. Like, I travel a lot, so each time I travel, I take that opportunity to think of new concepts and think of new ways I can show my art, pretty much. So if I go overseas, I'm looking at stuff overseas that might give me an idea of what I could do in my next film. So I have to be in a creative space. Right now, I ain't gonna lie, I got a writer's block right now because I got so much stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
not going on next month.
Yeah.
Well, in the next month.
end of this
this
month.
month,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I have a lot already. Yeah, we zooming. We about to zoom past 2022.
I can feel the
Yeah.
same
That's what I
thing.
was
I'm
like,
saying
oh,
the
wait.
same thing to myself.
Yeah, we about to zoom.
So who did you actually enjoy working with most, like on set for Affliction? Like who
Ooh,
was your favorite person to work with? Who was their energy like?
wow.
Don't worry, no feelings. Like I love all y'all, but
No, I'm gonna keep it real. So the whole cast was amazing. If I could pick one person, it would be the cast as a whole, because they all brought my vision together.
yeah.
Period.
That's amazing.
Nobody really dropped the ball when it came to bringing that vision to life. So nobody stood out more than the next person. Even myself, I don't even put myself above. I put myself above nobody in the cast. I'm right there with them.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? I'm directing. This is my movie, but I'm right there with you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Shoot, that's it. There ain't nobody I enjoy working with. You know.
Did you shed a tear once you saw like your final product, your vision come to fruition?
It's looking good.
Okay.
It's looking good.
Don't
I
be scared to
didn't-
tell us you be crying now.
That is a big moment, okay?
Don't feel
It's
hard.
looking good. It's looking good.
So that's a yes, Eric.
Emotional moment.
Celebrate yourself.
Exactly.
I'm crying in the car.
Oh.
You know when it's going to hit you? The day of your premiere.
Yes.
Probably like when you see all these people come out
Show
and
up, like
just
just show
really
you
see it.
love.
Yeah, I think.
And if you cry, you better write us and tell us.
no,
You better tell us.
So that I've been there before. I've actually, this is my movie, but I've been red carpet. I've done the premieres. I've done that.
But this is your red
I,
carpet.
that's the only difference. You know what I mean? So
That's a huge difference.
and going in my mind, I'm already thinking this ain't for me. You know what I mean? So this is for people
for
who's
us.
this is exactly.
you.
It's not for me. So by it's not being for me, my mindset isn't emotional.
But because you did it for us, that's why you're going to be emotional.
yeah.
I need y'all to be emotional. Y'all be emotional for me.
From the sounds
You know
of
what I
it,
mean?
like it's definitely gonna be.
I mean, if I'm in there tearing up my makeup, you better be crying too.
Oh, I think some people gonna be crying in that movie.
Okay. I like it. I like it. So what do you think, what would you say if you had to choose someone to be in a movie? Who would you say you would choose?
I would have to pick.
It doesn't have to be an actor
Okay.
or actress.
Okay.
It could be anybody.
Okay. Everybody I come in contact with.
Really?
Yeah.
You feel like everybody has something.
Yeah.
Everybody do, because that's in casting people. You try to find that in
Yep.
certain people. Everybody has it. You just got to try to weasel your way through it and try to
People
find
think.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how do you? What's the process of seeing if
Like
somebody
casting.
has something? Yeah. What's the casting process?
You ask the correct everything. We already know what we want going in. You ask those questions to. Sometimes you can ask indirect questions to get the answer that you want. So you already know going in what you want. So if this person has it, you feel like this person has like
Is
I
it
can
a
say-
look that you're? I mean, of course,
Nope.
it's the look that you're looking for, but
the look.
what's the deeper portion of it that you be looking for? It's like, you know what, that.
Like, oh, she's
That's silly
quirky.
right
Oh,
there.
she has a little silliness to her. She has that seriousness about her that she can play a murderer. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and she can be a pastor. Like, you know.
See,
I've
that's,
always wanted to know.
so the script is who you write it for. Basically, I could write you with a serial killer. You know what I mean?
Me killing people?
I'm just saying that's how it goes. I could write you as a doctor. I could write you as Chucky.
I
Type
can
thing.
see
You know what I'm
Chucky.
saying? You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that's who you are, but I can
Right.
write it to the point where it help you and,
Yeah.
and fit you in there. So that's how you go about writing a script. And literally, when I cast it for a fiction, I literally cast it. This is everybody who came to the audition got casted. I turned away nobody. So, and the final product would show like, hey, he didn't turn away nobody. Everybody who's in this movie had a part and had lines. Everybody in this movie has spoken lines. It's no extras. It's everybody talked in this movie.
I know that's right.
No,
Perfume.
that's the
Yes.
epitome of putting people on.
Yes.
Like, you actually gave people roles, like
Yeah.
shots to like show who they could be.
Right.
That's amazing.
Even with that being said, what was your favorite like scene while filming the movie?
Do you have a favorite scene?
Can't give it away, but yes, I do.
You can give us a little trailer.
Snippet.
Tell us a trailer.
Snippet.
Well, the trailer is out. YouTube, just go on YouTube, Affliction, Love, Collision. You'll see the trailer, what I'm about to discuss. Basically, it's about two people in love, pretty much. One can't let go of the past. She tries, and it ultimately backfires and creates a whole mess in the end. So it's a drama,
That
but
definitely happens.
Yes. I can't wait
and
to see it.
you definitely would be able to relate to it. So, you know, if not directly to it, you'll be able to know somebody who's been through this. You know, so.
So what was the process like for you to actually get your movie from the writing phase to the shooting phase, and then Bow Landmark Theaters? How does that work? Like, what was the process like for that?
Ooh,
Taking it to that next level.
well, the cast, the crew, they helped. Everybody played a part in this. Literally everybody, like, coming together played a part in this. Everybody saw my vision, so they helped out. Having credibility in the industry helped out too. Just that whole transition from paper to screen to big screen, it's surreal because we haven't got to the premiere yet, but it will be surreal to see that. Oh, this started with this thought in my head. This this type paper on this page. So it's gonna be surreal. Real surreal.
What do you want the audience to take away from this movie?
Anybody can have an opportunity to do this. Like just to take, if they got to take away anything, is that don't let nobody tell you that you can't do something because you don't have the means right now. Go get those means and do it, and don't let nobody stand in your way, because nobody stood in my way. Literally,
Period.
nobody stood. I'm going to say this on her live. And on this.
Let me turn that around.
Don't nobody stand in my way. You know why? Because I control everything when it comes to my destiny. So nobody stands in my way. And if you guys got that mindset, there ain't nothing that you can't accomplish. You can't accomplish anything.
Let me snap it up.
Okay.
That because
No, it sounds like a fight over here.
that was a word in this good old.
Yeah, Sunday.
And we'll take it.
Okay.
We'll take it.
So, since we're talking about love,
Yes,
and
indeed.
Valentine's Day is coming up,
Mm-hmm.
so do you mind we tap into your love life?
Cool, I'm with it. I am with it.
So, actually, I want to just dive right in. I'm
Okay.
going to start off slow.
Okay.
So, since this movie is your diary,
Mm-hmm.
would you like to kind of touch on where the situation is come from? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm being a little nosy and I want to know.
Okay, she always got the
You don't have to say names.
Because then she'll be able to see.
Yeah. Because then I can,
shit.
when I'm watching this movie, I can say, oh, so that's what he was going I can relate it to.
Yeah, you be able to put the two and the two together.
No, she didn't do that. That's what I want to be in a movie.
There's no part in that title that say based on a true story.
But this is your diary.
Yeah.
So it got to be some
You know
truth in there somewhere.
Yes,
It is.
yes.
So I took bits and pieces from what I've heard from everybody too as well. So, like, along with that thought in my head that I had, I just pretty much pieced it together. It's like a puzzle you put together when you're putting a movie together. But it was based off of something in the past.
Okay. Was this like a heartbreak? Like, come on.
I know.
It was.
I'm reaching for the meat and potatoes and you giving me rice.
Well, because to give you a little bit more rice, I ain't going to.
So I'm not getting meat potatoes.
So to get a little bit of that, it stemmed from heartbreak. So with me, it comes from heartbreak elevates me.
Period.
You know what I mean?
I was just
So anything that happens like in that form of fashion, I tell any girl I'm with, I'm always telling her, look, I don't know what you're thinking, but after you, I ain't gonna be no worse. That's just what it is. I'm gonna be way better than what I started.
That's how it should be.
So
period.
now, if this person sees this movie,
And they know their name. And you know what you did
if they know their name, you know what I mean? You know, some flies might go up by their house or something like that.
You mean it? The shade. You imagine coming outside and be like,
You know, stop at a stoplight or something, you see my face on the poster.
okay.
You might be
Just know you caused that heartache.
exactly.
And you slide past this podcast.
And you know what? There you go. All of it.
So are you dating?
Yes, I am. Fortunately.
Okay, great.
I thought you was great.
I mean, do you feel like your career actually affects like your dating life in any type of way, whether it be good or bad?
No. I'm open. We were open, so she understands what I do. She was there. She's in the movie.
Oh wow.
So it's open. So I don't have any. I tell people I'm unlimited. So I don't have any restrictions when it comes to anything. So when I say nobody stands in my way, that's understood. You know, so my dream, my goal, we are past that. So
it sounds like you've been dating this person for a while.
not a while.
Oh, okay.
I just take. I don't do the time thing. I just look at it like this. I'm like, I'm with you with me, and I look back. Damn, it's been 2 years. Damn, it's been 2 months type thing. You know what I mean? So time don't matter to me.
Okay.
You know, I could not be with this person tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. So
Very true.
yeah, that's the rice you were saying.
Potatoes.
Give you a little bit more than rice. Okay. So you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. Do you have any Valentine's Day
doing
plans?
nothing.
Simple things, you know.
Nothing.
A little something at home.
No.
So are you always against Valentine's Day, or you just like, this is busy month?
I do trips. I do everything every day. Valentine's Day to me is February 14th, Monday.
Because every day is Valentine's Day with you, huh?
Every day is.
I agree,
day to
but I just
celebrate
feel
that.
like a whole day just dedicated to. I'm like the hopeless romantic type, I
Yeah.
guess. A whole day just dedicated to love
is amazing.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah,
but that
most
should be
people
every
don't
day.
see
not
it like that.
That's true, but
Yeah.
not saying that you have to go goof out. I mean,
and
like
get balloons and just
everything,
spend
but
all
if you
this
just
money
bought me
for
a rose,
quality time.
You know,
and-
something simple. That's all I'm saying. Just anything simple.
See, there you go.
Just it's
I don't
Valentine's
like
Day. Here you go,
flowers.
baby.
I like flowers.
She like coffee.
See,
Coffee in bed. movies. I'm just saying.
But whatever she do, like
Yeah.
just sprinkle a little extra rice on it, I guess.
I've already discussed that. We ain't doing nothing. I've already discussed that.
That's
It's not
okay.
happening.
Yeah.
So if she feels like doing something today, I'll be like, look, we already discussed we weren't doing nothing. So I'm gonna sit here Netflix and Braille, okay? Exactly. That's what we're gonna do.
So I'm like the corny Valentine's Day type. I bought like heart plates. But I have kids too, so that's another reason. I have boys. So I bought like some more Valentine's plates
See, I'm
and
gonna go out
cups,
and do the
and
same
we just
thing.
gonna eat regular dinner. But on
Yeah,
the
but it's just the
Valentine's
thought
Day,
that
It's a holiday.
it's the holiday. Uh-huh.
It's a special day. It's a day for love. Let me show you how much I love you.
Boys, you got boys.
I have 3 boys.
3 boys. Eddie?
No.
Okay, Eddie?
One.
Okay, I got
You?
2 boys.
2 boys. Okay, how old are they?
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
About to be 17 and
Oh, you have
yeah, right?
like that little man.
Right.
You know you
got
got
the
old enough to have a
hard part
17-year-old.
You think
No,
so?
that is the hard part.
This is the hard part.
That's what everybody say.
Girls,
That's the hard part.
dad can have some money.
Yeah, that's what not for real.
So how old is your youngest?
Dad, my credit card don't work, huh?
Your credit card is 16. How old is your youngest?
16.
Yeah.
Oh, your youngest is 16.
Well,
they
no, my
all
oldest
girls.
16. My youngest is 14.
Okay.
About
Oh,
to be
so
14.
close.
About to be 14 next month.
This supposed to be the good part though. Like you know, you ain't got you're not
It's
changing no diapers.
expensive.
You know,
That's the easy part.
Expensive.
No, it's not.
And so the worry, the stress of it all. Jesus, how do you do it?
I guess
That's the
different
easy part.
now.
Yeah,
growing
like,
up
how
with
do you
boys.
maintain like fatherhood,
And-
career,
Yeah.
relationship, or significant other? Like how you managing this whole thing?
I knew it was over when they followed me on Instagram.
No. That
It
too,
was
like raising
over.
kids in
It
today's
was
generation
over.
and
Oh,
the
my
generation
goodness.
of social media and all that. Like how are you doing it?
It sucked. They see me doing everything.
Oh,
I can't see. That's the thing. I can't
Can't
hide.
hide it.
I can't hide any of it. I can't hide it from y'all. I can't hide it from them. Everything literally will be out on the table. So, and that's another thing. To become an actor, you got to be willing to be comfortable with that. You know what I mean? You got to be comfortable with.
everybody in your business.
Yeah, you got to be comfortable with that. So that comes with the territory, and
See,
to be able to do that will be a little bit difficult for some people.
I mean, some
Yeah, I agree.
actors and actresses, they're still a little private. Some things
Yeah,
you like,
I think
I had
that
no
you should
But
idea.
be
it's
able to
very
keep
rare.
Big
Though.
people.
That's very rare.
But
you
who's
have
to
your
say?
certain people who you never hear too much about. Like even for example with Beyonce, you're not going to hear but so much of her business or what
I
her
think she
children
got great
going
But
on.
you still
yeah,
hear.
she has
But
good PR.
You still
Yeah.
hear. Yeah, she got great PR, but you still hear about Beyonce. You know Beyonce because it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
But we heard about the elevator. So.
You heard about the elevator. You know what I mean? You heard about Becky with the good hair. So, that it's there.
Yeah.
You just don't. It's the levels. It's different levels.
Yeah.
So would you cast your boys in one of your movies?
They ask me.
They have asked
They
you?
asked me.
They trying to get the girls. Yeah, shorty.
I got a text message saying, "Dad, can I be in one of your movies?"
Oh.
I said no.
Really? So how old do you think your children would have to be until you get to that point where you feel comfortable with them being in your a role?
About like 47 when they had kids.
Stop it.
So you don't want them to follow your footsteps?
They gonna follow in their own footsteps. I'm building this for them, but they can still follow their own footsteps.
So you'll let them work with you, though? No.
You're not gonna be a Will Smith and
I
Jaden
wouldn't.
Smith?
No,
Kind of
that's playing it too close because that's like me controlling their destiny. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
They're gonna. I'm building this for them. They'll be able to use what I'm giving them to do what they want to do.
Okay, so I'm your son, and I'm like, Dad, I'm serious. I'm 20 now. Like, you can't keep telling me about my destiny because I'm ready to make my own destiny, and this is what I want to do. You still gonna tell me no?
You expecting him to go and find out
I'm
how
a-
to get it on his own and then come to you and...
Yes, because that's what's gonna happen anyway. They're gonna go to school. They're gonna get influenced by other kids. They're gonna get influenced by social media. So one day your kid will be like, "Dad, I want to be a police officer," or
Yeah, that was me.
"I want to be a drug dealer," or
Or your astronaut.
or astronaut. So it's gonna change. They don't know what they want. I ask my sons all the time, say, "What y'all want to do? What y'all like?" I don't know. It's gonna change. You know what I mean? So what I look like saying, "I'm building this for y'all. Hopefully y'all can take this over for me one day." No, because they don't know they want to do this. It's gonna change.
Because they don't know what it took for you to get there.
Exactly.
So I get that.
So
I think times are so different too that like back in the day, you 18 parents kind of just assume that
Get
you're
out.
supposed to have it together. You're supposed to get out, figure it out, and X, Y, and Z. Like that's not real today in today's age anymore. Like people barely don't know what they want to do until they're like a good 25, 24-ish
that's true.
to refer. So 18 just not it anymore. So you never know. In a few years, they'll probably know exactly where they want to go with things and experience a little bit more to say, hey, this is it.
Hopefully, because I knew what I was thinking at their age. Oh my goodness.
Right, okay. Like most of them. Speaking of, speaking of what you were thinking of at that age, you had a question?
Oh, yeah. So you touched on the sex scenes in your survey. So I have now that we talked about your love life a little bit, I have a two-part question now.
Okay.
So we're kind of doubled up. So I hope you're ready.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
No, but
Let me take a sip for you.
sex scenes, right? So
Okay.
you say you played your significant partner in your movie.
Right.
Could you watch them in another sex scene? Woo! Stumped you.
Could I watch my partner in that?
Yep.
Yes.
Play a
Well, my
sex
partner's
scene.
not an actress, so.
But you
But
had her.
she
She
was
is now. She's
in
in
the
your
movie.
movie.
But then she's not. She's just an extra. She ain't no.
She's an actress.
Okay, everybody had everybody
You
had
gotta
a
respect her name when you get
Okay,
home. Like, what you mean I'm not an actress?
Okay. Period.
But that's not what she aspires to do. You know what I mean? It's just she so happens to be there. You know,
Yeah.
club singers happen to be there.
So hypothetically,
Hypothetically, I thought about it though. I thought about if it wasn't her, if I was with dating somebody that's in the industry. I know what it's like. I know what it would be. You know what I mean? I get that. This is what it takes to be in the industry. So I wouldn't be upset.
So how do you handle sex scenes and like you know?
I was gonna say you.
being
That's another part of my
aroused on
conversation. What
So
you mean?
how that works is
Do you wear socks?
What the fuck?
You know, on a dick. I mean, on...
What? That's a thing?
Yeah, girl, where they
it's
put the
getting
sock
juicy
on,
now.
and you know, so you.
Well, we on the
don't
Uncensored
touch
Network, so
nothing.
you might as
Okay,
well tap in.
that's so hard. Please, but I never
No
heard about
food.
transmission.
I know about the socks, girl.
so that's something new to me. I don't have to wear a sock, but that's something new to me.
Oh, so you just
You haven't had to wear the sock yet, but you have 26 movies to write.
You dang on
So
right.
you might gotta slide that sock on.
But by the time I get to my 26 movie, I probably would need a sock. Yes, I probably would need a sock.
so you
That's
just
gonna be Z.
rubbing that thing right there.
Exactly. Z. Yeah, I mean, so when it comes to
Yeah,
no.
how it actually works. Come on, let's get
When it comes to like the sex scenes and stuff like that, it's depending on how far the other person wants to go as well.
Okay.
So you know how you watch like Power and stuff, they be topless and stuff like that. That's written in. So these females will be comfortable with that. You rarely see males. You won't see a male's private parts on TV.
Yeah.
You won't see
You
that.
just see butt cheeks.
You'll see
Yeah.
cheeks. That's it.
Tired of saying cheeks.
Yeah, you see
Give me
cheeks.
something.
I don't know why I've never noticed that.
You won't see
Yeah,
it.
girl.
Never seen.
I mean, even
I
if you
wonder
get like
why
the
though,
size,
because
it's
why is it
always
that I can
like,
show my
Yeah.
tits, but you can't show?
Nothing
because they can show their nipples.
Because we can show.
I guess
Because
it's
we
just
can,
nipples
exactly.
and nipples.
Because we just showing ours like
Okay.
on
Yeah, but
set.
you know,
But
they'll
you can
never show-
sexualize that. Well, you can
They'll never
sexualize
show
anything
pussy.
these days.
Yeah.
So I can sexualize your nose or
Absolutely.
Right.
something. People are crazy.
Yeah, it's they're fun. Sex scenes are fun. You gotta do it over and over again sometimes, but it's fun.
But that's
So, like,
that's what I say. How you keep doing this over and over again? How can you be so? Because you're a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
Like,
you aroused on set and just like
Yeah.
not feeling
How do you turn it
anything
off?
different. Like
It's-
yeah,
You just say my bad.
You know what? You know
It's
what?
out there today.
It's different because it's different for people, different people. Because I don't get aroused that easy when it comes to there's some boobs, there's some ass. I ain't that type.
It's not so much of the looking; it's more of the
touching. Yeah. So the touching. So
Yes.
you're touching and stuff like that. It's just like, to me, it's just like that's another body part for right now. Because in my mind, I'm envisioning me touching the kneecap. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Because I know
it's a mental thing.
I ain't know I know if I'm sitting here with somebody with some D's.
And you're like dead puppies.
I'm like
dead puppies.
unicorns, tacos. But you have to have that mindset to where you know to not be at attention. So you do it over and over again to the point where now I got to think of something different each and every time.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it gets easier every time you have to read. Well, maybe it get harder. Doesn't it?
yeah, no,
No.
it's the same every time.
Okay.
It's the same every time.
I say your tits don't change.
Talk about the tits, honey.
Ooh,
My bad.
wow. and then it depends on who the partner is too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's not gonna be Monsters Ball or nothing like that. So
You think they really fucked? It was a lot of like
a lot of
real smacking.
So in Hollywood, they would tape your penis back. They would tape it back. They would literally tape your penis back so you won't.
So it's just thighs.
Yeah, so it's just eyes. Yep.
Oh my god.
So they dry humping basically.
Exactly.
So I've
Mm,
I'm like,
I
oh,
probably
I didn't
shouldn't
know
ask.
that.
I'm listening.
No eggs, girl.
We
Yeah,
don't
so
uncensored that.
We
We're from
uncensored.
it.
Everything is.
He said everything
I'm
goes.
unlimited. Everything goes. It don't matter.
I should probably
with it.
call a friend for this.
What was it, girl? Come on, talk about it.
Okay, well if you gotta tuck it back and you excited, does it hurt? Like does it feel good if the tape snatches the skin back a little bit?
Ooh.
Or grab that hair wrong.
Yeah, like I just want to know.
So then, it's not.
That's why I said I should probably call a friend
It's
because
not duct tape or anything
Okay,
like that.
so that's
it's
what I
just,
meant.
It's like
electric tape.
y'all know how y'all got like pasties
Yeah,
and stuff like
like
that.
pasties
Yeah,
and stuff,
it's
They got
pasties for the ding ding?
it's not pasties.
be at home
but
on
it's more
Google
so-
like
Yeah.
dingling pasties.
It's more like a
It's like a dingling slingshot.
strap. Yeah. Oh Lord.
I'm sorry.
Sorta, I guess.
Put my drink down.
No more Bel Air for you.
That's very interesting. I
very,
did
very
not know they take it back. I always
Me
wondered,
either.
like, if it's just
Like,
sitting
yeah,
there, just,
I think that they just kind of still had their drawers and stuff on, but just kind of.
No, those
Oh,
new
really?
Because like, it was
You see
standing attention in your drawers.
I mean, yeah, but I'm thinking like maybe a little cover or something. Like they
That's what
they
sock
go
was
about
for.
it.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's how it was for.
So movie magic that's
It
movie
is.
magic.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that in Hollywood. Movie magic, where it's you may think that it's happening, but it's really not happening. You know what I mean?
and we at home watching, like, how the heck did they?
we over here trying to figure out logistics.
Yeah, I'm breaking it down like it's no way.
I can't speak for everybody. There are some people on scene who really be doing it.
For
So,
real?
yeah, there's some.
Do they let them finish? Or it's just like, we just need a few pumps for the film. After you get,
Me personally,
go back to your trailer and
me
finish,
personally,
huh?
I don't think I want to watch it all the way through to the point where they finish because
Why
it's
not?
porn at this point.
okay.
This one.
Hey, if they gonna do it on set, you might as well watch that shit on set.
That's true.
Can you imagine doing that in front of all of those people?
Yeah, I know that's weird. It's giving
That's a
me-
lot
I
of
think
it.
if your eyes
Maybe
are
like
closed,
a
you probably
couple,
don't
but
imagine that it's
I
a
can't
whole,
imagine how
like,
many people are
30
really in the
people.
room
I know,
doing the
right?
scene.
Once you into it, you into it. I'm
Perfect
saying.
example. Lala and
Tommy.
Tommy.
Yes.
Power.
Yeah,
Perfect
that
example.
was real.
I'm gonna have to think back to that because I don't remember.
Oh, girl.
But see,
In
how
the
to be,
kitchen, I could forget.
Yeah.
how was it real when she has a significant other in Carmelo Anthony? So
Oh, he
that's
was
my
cheating.
thing.
They were dating at the time. They were not together at the time.
Yeah, she deserved to give her some of that.
And her and Tommy do look good together.
They do. I love
And
it.
she just went to his premiere, Range to Line. She's slow. So she might have got that little pink thing.
Oh,
Ooh, girl.
It might
So
be
y'all, we
we
do
go.
gotta get ready to wrap up. Sorry.
We'll
But
have to have you back.
I
We got some
know,
more things to-
anytime.
so like before we actually do go and everything, tell us more about just the movie premiere,
Okay.
the
Yes.
things that you're looking forward to most, and
Ticketing.
you know, yeah,
Okay.
as you're just kind of taking it all in.
Okay, so Tuesday, the second month, 2022.
222,
Yep, 2/22.
I didn't choose that day.
And it's a Tuesday. Huh? Get a Tuesday?
Oh, I get it.
I thought about the same thing too. I was just wondering too, like, 'cause you know, I was like,
Is that your angel
the
numbers or
twos.
something? And the Lord
No.
just guided you that way?
So I wanted the date to mean something because it was long. If the people around me know how much it took to get Affliction done, so I needed that date to actually mean something as well as the movie coming out. So I didn't want to just bring it out on a Friday, February
Right.
23rd type day, type thing. So I wanted it to mean something. And you know how it plays a paints a vision in people's heads is like 222. Something came out on 220,
Yeah.
223. You know what I mean? Type thing. So marketing tactic as well. So that's how we do it. But plug www.afflictionthemovie.com. Go get the tickets.
Go get your tickets, y'all.
Go get the tickets.
Dude, it sounds
I'm
so
gonna be
sweet.
Before it sells
there.
out?
Super excited.
Yes.
Speaking that to you.
We need you to sell out. It's almost there.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, Affliction, Love Collision. You guys definitely want to see everybody there.
And then question, do you already have something in mind for the letter B?
Oh, yeah.
Is B already on the way or?
Yes.
Be ready.
Okay.
Be ready for B. Yeah, be ready for B. Yeah, B's done.
Wow.
C's done.
What?
D's almost done.
Oh,
So
so
you
you
about to start
already, yeah, you
casting
already in
then.
advance
You already-
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You done hit
this
the
was
floor running.
thought about 2 years ago. So we definitely have everything lined up so far.
Okay.
Yep.
And then
And
have
you
you
wrote
already
B and
started?
C. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep.
you
yes,
fine?
Yep.
So have you already started casting for B and C?
Not yet.
Okay, so do you have a specific way of kind of going about your casting? Do you just go on the website? Do you sign up? Like, how do you go about it? So
Yeah,
the audience can know out there. I can too. Somebody try.
I was very fortunate enough to be able to cast and have a face-to-face casting
Okay.
during COVID. So this is a little brief story if I got a little time.
Yeah.
I caught COVID when COVID first hit,
Yeah.
like real bad.
I heard that first one was mean.
It was no joke. It was no joke, y'all.
And I didn't think I was gonna make it. Like I was sick for about a month. I lost 30 pounds. I was down
I lost
heavy.
15 pounds.
I was down heavy, and I didn't think this movie was gonna get done.
Yeah.
I ended up beating COVID. The movie got done, so I literally had this team around me to actually pick up the pieces while I was down.
That's amazing.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So the casting, the meetings and stuff like that, the team helped me with that. So that's how that worked during COVID. You know, so yep, we're still in COVID, but it's gonna be a better casting process now because we're more adjusted to COVID. I would say.
Yeah.
We're the new norm.
Yeah, the new norm.
Exactly. That's all it
You
is
just
at
have
this
to-
point.
Live with it at this point.
Exactly.
It's gonna keep on. I don't think so. I would say I think we will eventually go back to not wearing masks anymore.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Because you know, like if you look at the history of the flu and stuff like
Yep.
that this is exactly how it was, and they didn't even have masks like we do now.
Yep.
So it's way different. But I do think it's just gonna be something we have to live with at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely the new normal.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going too much further backward than where we are. So
Right. It ain't like I work in the
Yeah.
vaccine. That's a whole nother conversation. Vaccine.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Glad we
so-
had you here.
Yes,
Thank you for having me.
Super excited to have you here.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to the premiere.
Okay.
I will be there on the 22nd.
Yes.
To just get some, some insight on this movie. Firsthand instead of second. It's always great.
Definitely.
So will everybody that come, will they be able to walk on the red carpet?
walk red carpet pictures, take your pictures, do what you want.
I need to go
We
get
have a
my
step and
dress.
repeat there, so yeah, everything will be there. It's a 2-hour event, so it's an event, so come dressed to impress.
Period.
We'll be on camera.
And what time is the premiere?
7:00 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
So you make sure you all go on the website, get your tickets, and support, y'all.
Definitely.
Very much important. All right, so do you have anything else, any other promo, anything else that you would like to throw out there before we go?
You can share your social media as well.
Oh, yes, that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hate social media, but okay. Go follow me on Instagram, Simply Brilliance. Facebook, Brilliance Hall. That's all I got.
All right,
Go
y'all.
follow me now. I follow back.
Okay, you did. All right, and make sure you all shop Confident Look Cosmetics, y'all. We are just doing our thing. We've been sending the link online, confidentlook.com with a K. All right, don't miss that.
Yes, and make sure you shop Chef Shell. I have a Valentine's promo going on. It ends on the 14th, so be sure to check out some fresh goodies, skin goodies.
Gotta have it. Okay, it's winter time. It's cold out here. Don't be ashy. Don't be dry.
And don't let your waves,
All right, Affliction, Love Collision, you guys. 22222.
Gang.
All right, thanks so much for being here with us, Brilliance.
Dang.
And thank you all for tuning in for another great episode of
The
The
Beatbox.
Beatbox. See y'all soon. Yeah.